Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our incredible manifestation workshop today. I am going to be diving in to our Mystic Michaela Manifestation Journal using a daily entry page. I'd like to give us all a few moments just to let everyone join us, but I'm so excited to have you all on here today. This is going to be filled with such good vibes, and I also will have some background music going. Hey, Maria. How are you? Are you ready for this manifest session? We are going to be cultivating good vibes only today. Letting that beautiful energy chant take over and move through this with alignment. So, hey, Brooke. I am going to be giving us just a few moments to let everything settle and get ready for today. Everybody have their manifestation journal with them. I am so excited. How are you? Happy Thursday. I'm going to open us up to the daily page. Let's do this. So, this is going to be our Mystic Michaela Manifestation Journal, and it is in partnership with Psychic Aura Reader Mystic Michaela. And I like to do these workshops on here and use a specific theme and topic to have us work on. If you are manifesting something in your own life as well, and throughout this ever need help generating different ideas, different mantras, whatever it might be, anything you don't know, don't hesitate to ask. Just because I do have this example doesn't mean we can't talk about other things that you're manifesting as well. And so let's dive in. So today, this is all about manifesting a life of love, clarity, and purpose. And so when we are manifesting today, we are going to be manifesting from a grounded place. Not hustle, not pressure, just in alignment with what is true for us. And this is a space to slow down and tune in. So if you've been craving more love, clarity, or a deeper sense of purpose, this is for you. This isn't just journaling. This is a practice of self-connection and energetic alignment. As I'm going through this, I will be highlighting whichever section/prompt that we are talking about. So let's start with the daily mantra. And of course, as I'm going through these, if you would feel comfortable enough to share your own answer to the prompt in the comments, I would love it and I would be so grateful. So what a daily mantra is this is going to set the tone for your day. This is your energetic anchor. You want it to be simple, honest, and powerful. When it comes to how to write your daily mantra, do so in the present tense as though it is already true. So for example, to align with our goal for today, we are going to set an affirmation that says, I am clear in mind, and I'm going to write this as we are talking about it. So, I am clear in my mind, or just in mind. I am clear in mind, calm in my heart, and my purpose, hey Jenna, and my purpose is unfolding exactly as it should. So to identify your mantra, I want you to consider what it is that you need to remind yourself of today to feel grounded. And what truth can you turn to when your mind feels busy, distracted, or a little chaotic? So this is how we are going to set up the tone for our day ahead. And never hesitate to ask any questions along the way or whatever comes to mind, because things will come to the surface as we're going through this. And let that emotion come to you. Don't try to hide it and push it away. See what it's telling you. The next is going to be my goal/intention. This goal is not about checking boxes, okay? This is about how you want to show up. So your goal and intention is going to set your internal compass. It gives meaning to your daily actions, even the small ones. Because we are not chasing something outside of us. We are calling in something that we are already becoming. And so when you think you have your goal, I want you to take it one step further and ask yourself why. Asking this why is going to help you get to the deeper root of the goal and level up what you are manifesting. Because you want to let the universe know that you are open to how the goal happens. So you have to leave space for the outcome and for that goal to look a certain way, because we can't control that. And the more we realize that we don't have this control, the more the universe is going to allow whatever it is into our life. And so in this example, we are setting an intention that aligns with our vision of love, clarity, and purpose. So let's write our goal for this intention today. This is going to be, I am creating a life. And everyone, if you would like to let me know too, your goal in the comments, that would be amazing. I am creating a life filled with deep filled with deep, connected love, mental peace, and a sense of purposeful contribution. That is our goal and intention for today. So when we are answering the rest of these prompts, keep that in the back of your mind. And I hope this is resonating with you as we are going through it, and that you're feeling a little deeper connection with yourself and with the universe as you're filling this out. Because every prompt is going to bring you one step closer to that connection. Next, and before we actually dive deeper into the gratitude, the reason that we chose this goal and intention is because it aligns with the 3 concepts that we wanted. Love, so whether it's relationships, friendships, or self-love, we are looking for that deep, connected love. So that's covered right here. But we also want to have that clarity. And the way that we are going to get that clarity is through a mental peace. And it is so important that we are always aware of our purpose and this desire to strive closer to it. And that is where this purposeful contribution comes in. Because we want to live a life that what we do aligns with who we are, whether this is in work, creativity, or even service. So think about your why when it comes to identifying what your true goal is for the day or long term. Now we're going to move towards gratitude. Gratitude shifts your nervous system. It is going to create space for more. So we want to anchor into what is already there, what already feels loving, clear, and purposeful. Because you want to recognize what it is about this goal that you do already have. Because that tells the universe that you are grateful and recognizing all that you have while still wanting to reach for more. So an example of this would be that you are grateful for the people in your life who make you feel safe. Good morning, Sonia. Because you want to feel that deep connected love and you want your gratitude to connect with this goal. You could also feel grateful for your curiosity to keep growing through finding your purpose, through contributing back to society through a service or whatever it is that you are bringing. I want you to be as specific as you can with your gratitude every day, because the more detailed, the more it's going to land in your body. So today, let's use an example for gratitude of, I am so grateful for the people around me that make me feel safe. The people that make me feel safe. Let's write safe and seen, because that's going to connect even more to that sense of mental peace and connection. So perfect for you, especially today. Oh, wait, I'm so happy to hear that. Is there something in particular that you are working on manifesting as well, Sonia? Today or in general? Okay. I want to make sure that we then tap into the self-worth check. Manifestation, it doesn't, yes, I remember that. Sonia said, I've been trying to get the people that cause me stress out of my bubble, and I think that's going to be hard today. Well, the good news is that you recognize that, and I'm really proud of you for already taking the step necessary to recognize that that's going to be your challenge for today. And if it helps, come back to this daily mantra. I am clear in my mind, calm in my heart, and my purpose is unfolding exactly as it should. And I'm hoping when you take that daily mantra with you today, you can remember that life is unfolding exactly how it's meant to for you, and that you are not alone. You have a beautiful community of people that are there for you to lift you up, see you, and allow you to feel heard. And there is no time or energy needed to give to anyone who is otherwise. And so you got this. I truly believe in you. And as you're going through today, I want you to remember why you're worthy. Because this manifestation doesn't work unless you believe you're worthy. You have to know that you are worthy of receiving. So these self-worth checks here, these are reminders that you don't have to prove anything to be enough. You are going to focus on what it is that this goal is going to do for you. This is your underlying why. So ask yourself, why do I deserve to let why do I deserve to let my bubble be smaller, but filled with more love and support? In our example, we are also going to include, I am worthy of a life filled with deep, nourishing love, because it's true. And we need to remind ourselves that, but also show the universe this as well. I want you all right now, whether it's in the comments or just to yourself, I want you all to tell yourself something positive about why you are enough, okay? Right now. I am worthy of a life filled with deep, nourishing love. Tell yourself, I trust myself to make the best decision possible at the time. I think this one will really help with Sonia too as well, because we'll dive into that in a sec. And no, I can handle whatever comes my way. A lot of times it's really hard to stay focused on that goal or that mantra because we do have this fear of, well, I can't focused on that goal or that mantra because we do have this fear of, well, I can't control other people. But just remember that it's not about that. It is about knowing that you are capable as who you are, right? So once you start to really trust and who you are and the decisions you make, you are going to start living a life that instead of is for others is for you. Because you need to know that whenever something challenging comes up, if you know that today is going to be filled with a little bit of more negative energy, people that are trying to drain you, that you can separate and that you can remind yourself, you know what? I can handle this. One thing that I've been telling myself a lot lately is that I do not take on the energy of others. And that has been truly life-changing for me. So I encourage you as well. I do not take on the energy of others. I take back the energy that I have spent on others. That might make a huge difference in how your day turns out. And then the third self-worth check that I encourage you all to take with you today is my purpose is evolving. My purpose is evolving. To align, let's say, my purpose is evolving to align with my highest vision for myself. My purpose is evolving to align with my highest vision for myself. And this all comes back to our goal. And it tells the universe, this is why I am worthy. Simply because I am recognizing it, I'm taking steps. And you know what? This is what the goal is going to do for me. That is the key, is to identify that underlying why with your goal and intention. So you can tell the universe that self-worth check based off of that why. The next thing I want to talk about is scripting. When it comes to scripting, this is a very fun prompt. I want you guys to all enjoy this whenever you're doing it. I encourage you to close your eyes as well. This is where you are going to write your future like it's already a reality. That is why I recommend closing your eyes, and this will allow you to write from your highest self. So you can let that person who has already reached this goal, that is you in the future, you can let that person describe their day. I want you to also describe the emotion, not just the action portion. So consider, what would it look like to live in alignment with love, clarity, and purpose? So Anya, I want you to consider, what would it look like to live a life filled with maybe a smaller circle, but it's quality that matters. How would it feel to let go of that negative energy that is no longer serving you, to take back your own energy and reclaim it and start living as though that is your life? What did you do when you started living this way? How are you feeling? Because you want to, again, picture yourself in the shoes of your highest future self, as though this goal has already happened. That is the key here. So when I say what did you do? What did you do once that goal was accomplished? What's different about it now? Who did you become? So close your eyes and do this with me. I want you to take a deep breath, and I want you to untense your shoulders. I want you to picture that person that you see in the mirror, and I want you to see what's different. Not in terms of the looks, but in terms of the feelings. Is this person more confident? Is this person feeling like they have more to give to those in their life who deserve it, or who truly align with what you are trying to become? As you're doing this, you are going to notice a shift in your body and your mind. Some physical symptoms may occur. Don't be afraid. They might feel like a warm, tingly hug. It might also feel a little scary. You might shake a little bit. I don't want you to push this feeling down. I want you to lean into it, because this is a sign. That is your sign that this is what you are trying to accomplish, and it's meant for you. Because if you don't feel that connection, then you're manifesting the wrong goal. That is the key. So today we are going to start our script for how we picture ourselves creating a life filled with deep, connected love, mental peace, and a sense of purposeful contribution. Today was filled with small, meaningful moments. I feel connected. In my conversations with others, but also myself. My thoughts were clear. And I enjoyed my work. I took care of my mind and body. I made space for stillness. I am exactly where I'm meant to be, with the people I'm meant to be with. Oh, as I was writing that, I literally felt a shift in myself. I almost felt, I don't know the word, The only word I can think of is like lightheaded, but not in like not in like a bad way. I guess clarity is the other word that comes to mind. I feel lighter. And I almost feel like I need to take a breath. I know I'm on here with you all, but it makes me feel like you can hear it. I just feel leveled up. And I feel already a little more focused. Because it's funny how many thoughts consume us on a daily basis, but aren't necessarily helpful. And it reminds you of what truly matters. That's really also another powerful thing about manifesting that I've come to realize too throughout this journey is that you start to realize the noise. You start to realize how much of it there tends to be. And it's important to remember that clarity and your ultimate why and why you're here and your purpose. So as you're doing this, embrace any uncomfortability that comes up, because growth doesn't happen when you're comfortable. It happens when you're uncomfortable. Which leads us to taking action. Taking action is where the universe meets you halfway. Or I should say, you're meeting the universe halfway. Inspired action, it's often small and intuitive. It doesn't have to be these huge grand leaps on a daily basis. So think about the script you wrote. Think about the person that you were when you were writing that script. Who was that person? What is one small thing that your future self did that brought them closer to this life? That's what I want you to try today. That's your take action. For example, today you could start to journal about your why, to start recognizing what matters to you, to start realizing, okay, how can I gather this mental peace? What is it that matters to me, my core values that help me reach that purposeful contribution that I'm looking for? So one thing today, I'm going to dedicate, we'll say 10 minutes. We'll do an approximate 10 minutes. It doesn't need to be a crazy amount of time, whatever's going to work for your schedule. 10 minutes to journal about my why. And start recognizing what really matters to you. Not to the outside world, not what you think should matter to you. What truly does matter with you? Because there's a difference. Another thing you could do to start that journey of a deep connected love is to tell someone that you appreciate them and that you love them. I was with a group of people recently, and they were all saying that when they were growing up, people didn't really tell them that they loved them. They weren't huggers. And I realized it's so important to not take for granted those hugs, that communication of love. So remember to tell those that you love them, that you appreciate them. And then one more thing you could do to help with that mental clarity and peace. You could take a deep breath before reacting. That's amazing. That is the type of action that we're talking about. That is how that's how you start to make a change. Because if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to get the same result. I love that. Let me write that down too. I love that. Take action. I'm trying to think about too, when it comes to not allowing that challenging energy to take over. One thing that could be interesting is almost looking at like putting yourself in like, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this, almost like separating yourself from yourself in that moment when you're with these people and thinking, okay, why are they reacting like this? I don't have to take on how they're feeling. I don't have to become them. I can live my life and know at the end of the day that I'm okay. And it's almost recognizing that there can be a separation in the two. I don't know if that made sense, but it's something to think about. Jenna, you find humor in everything. That is another great tactic. Depending on the situation, I would say sometimes it's important to also, we got to laugh at ourselves. If we don't laugh, it's not all so serious. So I like that attitude. You do have to find the humor. And sometimes I'm someone who also likes to find a reason. There's a reason that everything happens. There's a reason people act a certain way. There's also a reason why we act a certain way, why we respond. And recognizing those changes that you can make, because you're not going to change anyone else. That is like, once you realize that, it's game over. Because you realize the only person that you can control their behavior, their action, is yourself. So once you can accept that, life becomes a little easier. Just a touch. Because you can start to recognize how you want to move forward. One other thing that's really helpful to sometimes have that peace and to be okay with your thoughts is going for a walk without headphones. Because it's hard to be alone with your thoughts, but the more you can practice that, the better you'll be. Oh, we'll miss you, Sonia. But I am glad that you can come on now. That's key. This one was meant for you today, this workshop right here. The last step in your daily manifestation pages is the evening reflection. Now, this evening reflection is where you start to let the wisdom settle in. Reflection turns experience into insight. Okay, let that sink in for a second. Reflection turns experience into insight. So even if the day doesn't go as perfect as you expected, your plan doesn't go as planned, your awareness is the win of that day. You can ask yourself during the evening reflection, where did I align with love, clarity, or purpose today? So the way I'm going to do this evening reflection is I'm going to add these prompts that I want you to consider, but I'm first going to write that one sentence because that's really important. Reflection turns experience into insight. Wow, I can't say that one enough. That's a really big takeaway. Reflection turns experience into insight. And so when it comes to your evening reflection, consider asking yourself, what could I learn today? Where did I align with my goal for today? So where did I align with? And then you can insert your own goal. For us, it would be with love, clarity, or purpose. That is one great question to ask yourself at the end of every night. The question that you could also ask yourself is, what would I do differently tomorrow? Gently. The reason I included the word gently was because I don't want you to think that your evening reflection has to be this judgment. I want you to be kind to yourself. That is such an important part of this journey, is learning to separate that judgment, that critical with the growing part of it all. And that, I think, is one of the biggest challenges we all face, because we hear critical feedback and our immediate response is, we messed up as an individual. We're not good enough. And it's important to know that that's not the case, that in this situation, two things are true. You are good enough and you can still grow. So I meant to do what, but I wrote where. So let's just adjust this to, now we're just going to cross it out because it's just a little oopsie. What would I do differently tomorrow? Gently. And a third question to ask yourself is, how did I surprise myself in a good way? So you're recognizing, okay, you're starting off with, where did I align with my goal for today? And then a little change. So what maybe could go differently tomorrow? But then I want you to end your evening reflection on a high note. So what did I surprise myself in a good way today? Because even if you're not checking off every single box every single day, checking in with yourself is still progress. That is still powerful. And that is how you're going to fill out your daily manifestation page. I like to also level it up by adding in some stickers too. I think that's a powerful way to make sure that you are connecting even more with your journal. For this one, I want to do, I think, a hummingbird in the bottom corner, just as a reminder, just because hummingbirds have such good energy. They are a sign of love, of peace. And I also want to add in level up. Because that, at the end of the day, is what we are doing. We are leveling up our energy. We are leveling up our community. And we're leveling up the world in which we live. Our bubble, our community. And so today, I thought it would be amazing to end this with 3 affirmations. So I want you guys to close your eyes. You can always put your hand on your heart. Take a deep breath and repeat after me. I am ready to receive the love I give to others. One more time. I am ready to receive the love I give to others. The next one. My clarity creates calm. So my clarity creates calm. And the third affirmation that you can take with you to level up your manifestation session is, my purpose flows through my presence. My purpose flows through my presence. And remember, your energy is your magnet. You already started shifting your energy by showing up today. So tonight, I want you to come back to fill in your own evening reflection. You will be surprised as to how much of what you write today begins to show up. Be proud of yourself. And always know that you belong here. And we are going to continue to grow together. And we're going to continue to navigate each day together. Thank you guys for joining me today. Thank you, Mara. And I hope you guys feel more connected with your higher self, with the universe, and you're able to move through today knowing that you are enough. I can absolutely. Yes, for sure. Absolutely, Iris. Sonia, I will make that happen. Thank you guys. And I will be back on here at 2 o'clock Eastern. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. And I'm wishing you good luck today, Sonia. And just remember to come back to the energy that you have right now whenever those challenges come up. You got this. See you all in a little bit. Oh, yay. I'm so happy to hear that. See you soon then.